Previously on Dungeons Against Humanity.
The Crown Prince has been kidnapped. His guards were killed, and he has disappeared.
His name is Dimitri Stroganov. He is a warlock. I contacted Shimmerlord, Prince of all unicorns of the Empyrean Plains.
Thario will haggle regardless. This is for the highest of nobility, and they need the best that there is. And if
Christopher Walken has sex with Sean Connery.
Listen to me. Wow.
I should mention that Hyzea always wears a mask.
The last known whereabouts of the prince was in Seoul. We should probably head there as soon as possible.
You need to go to Seoul. Tell him to take you before the king. He'll know what to do.
And then you stand in the presence of Tobin the Eighth.
I have worked so hard to keep peace and prevent war from reaching our borders, and this all may be for naught. This may be the beginning of an attack. This may be the work of Crepitus. Please, go to Seoul with all haste and with all secrecy you can manage.
And then you depart.
Whoosh.
So you...
Quest begin!
And so you exit out through the gate. It is by now early morning, and people are starting to stir. It's basically just a big mass of booths. People are hawking different wares.
So,
do you have all the equipment that you want for the journey? Do you have all of your needs?
So does Hyzea... is Hyzea aware of the seer's presence in the city? Or have I ever met the seer before?
Roll history.
Okay,
History.
alright. It's not my best one, but let's see. Let's get historical.
Oh.
That is a 20 modified.
Nice. Amani is a halfling crone.
Ooh.
And markets herself as a seer and a psychic, reads palms, tea leaves, all sorts of, this sort of like, woo, crystal ball sort of shit. But
I'm getting a feeling of a B over here. B. Maybe a D.
Yeah. But her true strength lies not in magical powers, but in secrets. The secret. I'm so excited for this Sean Connery accent. That's going to be a lot of fun.
That's just super.
The best and the shitty.
Welcome to the shitty walk.
The boardwalk. And out on the boardwalk are tons of orphan children that all work for Amani, and she also has different spies that move throughout the city and throughout Kisawar, and also overseas.
All right.
The king has relied on her in the past. You perhaps are not entirely trustful of her.
As is good and proper.
Yeah, she sells information, not necessarily in the king's interests.
Hyzea. Yeah, I said your name this time. I've been asked to go see the Shia.
Contort your mouth properly, and then I can understand you.
That's racist.
It's practical.
We're going to see... What was her name?
Amani.
Come along, Stroganoff lad.
You don't actually know where Amani is.
Maybe I do.
But generally speaking, the king had said, ask any of the orphan children in the square, and you will find her.
Well, I might know where she is, having been on the streets of the city.
You can try.
What would that be? Investigation?
Probably
history?
investigation.
Okay.
So you're trying to remember.
That's an 8.
No, you don't fucking remember. You kind of start to look around, and one of the kids kicks you in the ankle and then runs away.
Oh, shit.
All right, Thario's gonna go wandering around, talking to kids, and he's going to be casting friends left and right on each of them, just setting his hand on their shoulder.
Touching the children.
Hey there, lashes.
Nothing strange about enchanting small children.
Could you show me to the Shia?
Show me the what, sir?
The Shia! Open your ears!
My what, sir?
Oh, this is going downhill.
But finally, you get a child with a lisp.
Someone who speaks clearly.
Yes, sir. I know the shear. I know the shear.
Yeah. Could you take me to the Shia?
That'll be 100 gold.
I'm sorry. What?
That'll be 100 gold, sir. Sure.
100 gold.
It'll be 100 gold to see the shear, sure.
That's
This kid's gonna be a businessman.
that seems a little steep.
It only seems a little cheap because you're cheap, sure. This is quickly becoming a
I give him the 100 gold. Okay.
It only seems steep because you're cheap, sure.
Certainly. Well done, lad.
Okay. All right.
Show me to the Shia.
All right.
Would you like tongue twisters, boy?
That's creepy, sure.
I've got one for you, boy.
Keep your distance, sure.
Oh my god, can we adopt this kid?
Please no.
We'll get a cat.
Yeah, someone needs to get a familiar.
Yeah. Okay, so you arrive at the seer's abode, which is pretty nondescript except for a big eye on a sign outside. You know, yeah.
Ah, yes, the Oculus.
Enter into the room. It smells a lot. It smells very sweet in here. It smells like honey. There's, odd crystals like hanging from the ceiling, and like, thick drapes hanging everywhere, and it's very gaudy and mystical, and there are shelves with really weird roots and stuff on them, and in the middle of the room sits Amani. She is a halfling woman, very old, wearing a veil, draped in all sorts of very weird-looking fabric. Ah, yes, come in. I have been expecting you. Yes, I foresaw your arrival. Come, sit. Would you like some tea?
Is the specialty?
I got it.
If you want your leaves read, then yes. If not, then it'll just be a nice cup.
I'll take one.
Oh, certainly. And she goes over and pours some tea and scoops some honey into the tea. The honey, you notice, is covered in ants. Like, there's just ants. Like,
Did any
everywhere.
ants get into the cup?
It doesn't appear so.
Okay.
It doesn't appear so.
All right.
Okay.
I'll just be grossed out.
And for you, my dear,
Do you have anything besides tea?
I've got vodka.
I'll take that.
Oh, well. Now you say so.
Well, you didn't ask, my dear.
I'll take some vodka in the tea.
Oh, well, my specialty. that's Mama's specialty. And she dumps some vodka in your tea and hands it to you. And for you, she just dumps some vodka in a teacup and
Oh, God.
hands it to
You're
you.
getting
just
straight
immediately starts just chugging it.
Okay.
He's had a
Downs
difficult
it
day.
immediately.
Cheers.
And she said, and she knits her hands together and she says, "So, what can I do for the three of you today?"
You want to feel this one, Zaya?
She already knows. This is all pretense.
Correct, my dear. You're here to know if I have any information about the disappearance of the prince. There is very little that happens in this city that I do not know about.
She likes pretense.
So do you, Hyzea.
You do know my name.
She takes, she reaches into what you thought was a sugar pot.
And she takes out a cat's eye marble, and she sits in front of her, and she says,
This attack did not come as an act of war. It was not the work of Crepitus. That much I can tell you for certain, though I cannot reveal my sources. I also give you this.
And she says, this, if swallowed.
Thario was kind of teething it, and then whips it away from his mouth when she says that.
Yeah. This, if swallowed, can be used to ascertain the direction of any one thing that you are searching for. Cannot tell you exactly where it is, but for a one-day period, you can tell the general direction of where it is going.
What happens to the marble?
Well, you shit it out eventually, and it's quite painful.
Not it.
You're very direct, madam. I like it.
Have a good day. Good luck.
All right, then.
Okay, so you have seen Amani, the shear.
Awful old crone, wasn't she? All that age and power, and all she does with it is cloak herself in the trappings of comfort.
A small child kicks you in the ankle and runs away.
That seemed a bit silly.
So you are in the marketplace. Are you going to stop and purchase anything, or are you moving straight through to the
What
docks?
could we use?
The castle gave my equipment back, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. If we're going on a trip, I probably need supplies. All I have is my,
Probably a good idea.
so I was staying in an inn, I didn't need, like, a bedroll or anything.
I mean, you are heading to Seoul, which Seoul is like, you can find anything in Seoul. But
How are we getting there?
via ship. And the ferry leaves at noon. It's probably about 8 in the morning right now. So you can't leave until noon. So you do have, like, a few hours to kill.
Thario's gonna go looking for breastplate.
A breastplate? Okay. You want to just go to the first one that you see that's selling armor, or are you a more discerning shopper? What do you think Thario would be doing?
Let's see. I'm just gonna roll some straight wisdom here. He's actually okay. He's pretty savvy. He's gonna kind of hang around and hear about prices that they're given to other customers.
Okay.
Wait until he hears something that's fairly reasonable.
Okay. Yeah. That's legit.
Maybe spends about an hour on it.
You do eventually find a
Oh no.
a booth that oh my god!
I'm getting all the good ones.
You walk up to a booth, and listeners, I just drew a card that says Gandalf.
Oh my god, yes!
So,
kinds of magic.
all right,
Here we
let me
go.
see if I can find my and the oh god, the booth that you finally walk up to. There is a tall elven woman standing behind it, and she greets you and identifies herself as Serena McKellen. And for those of you who don't know, Serena McKellen is the name that Sir Ian McKellen goes by when he is marching with the Pride Parade.
Oh, awesome.
Yes,
That's so good.
yes, yeah. He
I
is.
thought you were just making a pun.
No.
I mean,
You know me. I would never make a pun.
that's our job.
Technically, vicariously, you're punning.
Yes. Well,
Pun by proxy.
Serena McKellen.
Oh, it's a pleasure to meet you, Sharina.
Yes. God, I can't. Where's
You trying to
Ian
do like a
McKellen?
bull?
Where's Gandalf? Where's Gandalf? Give me a Gandalf phrase. That's
You shall not pass! Wait, I'm still doing
Sean Connery as Gandalf.
Oh man, that would have been awesome.
Oh,
Serena
Like
McKellen.
It's true.
Now,
It's
Yeah.
true.
At the turn of the tide.
I come to you now at the turn of the... Well, hello, young man, and what can I do? Young dwarf, forgive me, and what can I do for you?
Perfectly understandable there. I'm seeking out a fine bit of metal to cover my torso, if you know what I mean about a breastplate.
Yes, I must confess that I do not frequently market in your trade in your size. There are not many dwarves in this land.
Ah, yes.
You
I-
have come from the south?
Indeed, yes. I serve the king.
I see. Yes, you wear his livery. And she kind of leans in close and she says, "Are you well? Are your people well? Did your families get out?"
Well, you seem like a good sort. I have to say, I served in the Dwarven regular militia. For a time it was good, until the Cottonelle battle.
I have heard of this battle. It was
A slaughter. I saw many a dwarf die that day, but I took out many of those mechanical abominations we are responsible for unleashing on the world. I even took one's arm and produces what he declares a a trigger wand, which, by our terms, would look sort of like a gun.
Well, normally, I must confess that this would take a great deal more time and coin. But for you, my friend, I think that I will make an exception. And he takes out a wand and turns to like a full breastplate of armor and kind of does a quick little, like, it's basically like he's casting Reduce.
Sure.
And shrinks it down and says, takes it down from the wall and says, see if this fits you, won't you?
He tosses off his leather duster jacket. I think that's a jacket.
Yeah, duster, yeah.
Yeah.
He's
like
got
a
a duster
cowboy's
hat
jacket.
and a duster jacket.
He's dusty.
Yeah. He's even got spurs on his boots. Tries it on.
Okay, yeah.
You good fit?
Oh, yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. You are an excellent artisan, and might I say, well done with the wand work there.
Ah, yes. I learned from human. It is not seemly, of course, to study among my own kind.
What was his race?
He's
Or
an
her
elf.
race?
Her race is an elf.
Elf, yes.
Yeah. Her race is an elf. But elves are, well, roll history.
17.
Oh yeah. Elves are like hugely distrusted in this land.
You are respectable and a credit to your kind.
Thank you, and yourself as well, sir.
Pleasure meeting you, Sharina McCallan.
Yes. Hail to Tobin and all the line of Tobins
Indeed.
down through the ages. I'm just gonna fuck up your name. Hyzea.
I'm so glad I took that particular quirk where she only responds to her name exactly.
Yeah.
So, I'm guessing you can get just about anything here.
Within certain boundaries.
So, is there anything catering to the scholarly end of mysticism rather than the charlatan end of mysticism like we just visited with all the ants?
Oh yes, certainly. They're particularly in the marketplace that's near the temple.
Okay. Yeah, makes sense.
There are quite a few booths that are just solid books and are as you walk past though, somebody does jeer at you and a small child like kind of kicks you in the ankle and then runs away.
What is with you and kids?
Well, he's the prophet that has been had tomatoes thrown at him a lot. So
I'm going to cast Mage Hand and flip this child off.
Oh.
okay, the child kind of looks impressed, but disappears into the crowd.
Yeah.
And I should specify that usually Mage Hands are like kind of ghostly and spectral.
Yeah.
This one is very much sparkly.
You flipped him the unicorn.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's made out of vapor, pure vapor.
Sparkly vapor.
A little, like, foam trailing.
Shimmerlord would totally be into vapor.
Big trickster.
That's probably how he spends all of his time in his plane. It's just
absolutely.
like
Yes.
looking at the internet.
He's blowing circles that he then gets around his horn.
But he uses magic so he can like shake his head around and like spins around his horn.
Yes.
Oh,
yeah.
that's awesome.
Clearly, we need to vape to summon this guy. I kind of want to catch him during mid-transformation so he turns into like a unicorn centaur.
Centicorn?
Centicorn.
Huh.
It's a centicorn.
Well,
Well,
the
I'm the only one who can see him,
that
so
like
good luck.
BoJack Horseman is like human body and
Right,
but,
right.
like horse head.
Yeah.
Like a mask
So he's
almost.
never like
So
centaur.
he'd have like centaur body legs, and then he'd have man chest and arms, and then horse head.
That's a different level of fucked up. So just a horse with arms is what you're talking about,
And,
Yeah.
and chest.
and a chest.
Actually, no. Let's make this even creepier. It literally is just a horse with arms on either side of his neck.
So we're at the bookstore. And the name of this bookstore is.
She's looking for more than books, though.
Okay. Well,
She might find more than books in this card.
Mystical-y things.
Wow.
Is it good? Is it beautiful?
It's Ryan Gosling riding in on a white horse.
Excellent. Does the horse have arms coming out of it?
No, the horse does not have arms coming out of its head.
Is this Shimmerlord?
It's not. Is it Shimmerlord? I think. Hold on. Let's see. DC 10. That's a nat fucking 20. That is absolutely
so Shimmerlord.
It's a sign.
Dang.
Shimmerlord, like
very briefly appears, and you both can see him. Like, and he's standing behind one particular booth, and normally he wears like a blade, like casual clothes, sometimes like t-shirts, like
BoJack Shimmerman.
Yeah, BoJack Shimmerman. But this time he is topless,
Excellent.
and his abs are like glistening in the sun. And he smiles in like this very kind, like you've read feminist Ryan Gosling, right? The Tumblr.
My God.
Oh God, it's so bad.
I need to know, does this
But he still has
wonderful
a
being
horse head.
have hamster nipples? Because I imagine they would just be like,
No. Normal human nipples. But like 8 of them. For each ab. Yes. For like his pecs and then each ab.
oh my God.
What do we want?
Oh God, I really hope that this podcast gets popular and people do fan art of this.
and they glisten.
But you do see him. And he is standing behind this one particular booth where we're gonna pull, oh God. Dying alone and in pain is the card that I pulled, and so there's a very, very sad, very, very sad, old, bent-over tiefling woman.
Oh no.
Who is at this booth. Nobody's going up to this booth, particularly because tieflings are kind of still, a little bit like the devil himself. Ruled in this. Reynold the Red was a demon in human form. And so his progeny, his descendants became the tieflings. And so they are still very much looked down upon for their origin. Because he was such a source of evil, of great evil in this land. So even though they can't help their demonic, origins, they're still very much disparaged and looked down upon. So there's a very old, bent-over tiefling man. Yeah, Shimmerlord just vanishes. Just appears, glistens at you with all 8 nipples.
Oh my God.
And disappears.
I was going to start yelling at him.
You can yell at him if you want.
Nah.
Okay.
I'm not going to just start yelling in the middle of this.
You've done a lot of that recently.
It's not something that I want to do.
Yeah, that's fair. That's
Draw even more negative attention to myself.
Yeah, that's very fair.
Is this the first time he's shown you his nipples?
This is not the first time that Shimmerlord's nipples have been inflicted upon poor Dimitri.
Jeez.
I just roll my eyes. But
Okay.
then I go up to inspect what this booth has to offer.
He has a lot of books that don't seem that they're particularly of this land. It seems like maybe this is a transplant. This is somebody that perhaps fled from a different land and has. Generally, this Kisawar is populated primarily by humans and elves and halflings. But not so much by tieflings. And there are a lot of books here that are by that are written in Infernal, and there's even a few books that are in languages that you guys have no idea what they are.
Any in Abyssal?
There's 1 or 2 in Abyssal. Yeah.
Anything interesting?
There's it's mostly histories. The different lands. There's multiple histories of Kisawar, a history of Calaver. It seems like this particular tiefling has a real interest in history and in like.
Anything about hidden eldritch knowledge?
Do you want to ask?
Sure. Say.
First of all, are you weirded out by the fact that there was like a fucking, like, can we just bounce back very, very briefly to, like, are you weirded out at all by the fact that there was this horse-headed weirdo with, like,
gleaming
8 nipples?
So, externally,
Glorious creature.
her reaction, right? She's this woman covered in scarves and a mask. A mask that covers her entire face. She just appears to pause. Continue.
Okay.
Internally, behind the mask is, Oh.
That's why she wears the mask.
Yeah, she doesn't want to ever be read, but it's so many emotions and so much confusion, and if you looked very closely at the space around her green eyes, you probably would have seen utter bewilderment.
Okay.
Keep it together, man.
Dude, you gotta maintain.
For the king.
The facade.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, but anyways, go on. What will you ask this tiefling?
I'll ask them if they have anything about other planes or like beings from other like higher beings, anything like that.
The tiefling looks at you and says,
Yes. You want information about other beings. Oh, I have. This is it's a very, very valuable, very adventurous book that records all of the greatest weapons that have ever been used in recorded history that may have had an alternate origin. There's a great deal about the Dark Lord himself, the Red Fellow. There's
Santa?
a lot. No, the Reynold the Red. There's a lot of information, and there's a lot of speculation, you see, and he, scoots up to, he's sitting in this chair, and he, scoots up to the edge of the booth, and he's like, there's a lot of speculation, a lot of interesting ideas that perhaps Reynold had magics and powers and weapons from outside of our realm.
How much?
Pricing.
5 gold?
I was prepared to offer you 50.
50 would do it. 50 would be quite good.
All right, here.
Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
No problem. I could use some light reading.
He actually, looks, super overcome by this, just, looking at the gold, oh my god. I have so much money now.
Yeah, that's like food for a month.
Yeah, he's... Oh, okay. All right. You get +1 to history.
Ooh.
Yeah.
And you, my dear? What can I get for you?
Do you have any books on psychology? The mind?
Oh. In what sense? What, in terms of healing or in terms of not healing?
I wouldn't limit myself to healing.
Okay. Well, let me see.
And he pulls out, a big stack of stuff, and some of it, the covers are, half torn off, and he's, shuffling through it.
Well, it's not in very good condition, and I apologize for that. But I do have quite an interesting collection of. But there's some very interesting information in here about the arcane art of interrogation, and there's quite a bit of information in here about truth-seeking. Torture, necessarily. It's a more humane method of that, in which one understands the mind well enough that one can bring someone to a place of understanding in which they don't necessarily need to hurt someone.
You say it's a collection.
They were letters that were written to me personally.
Did you work in the trade?
I did.
Is there anything that you'd like to share with me about that?
No.
You can make a guy scream if you stab him in the balls.
He actually looks super haunted for a moment, and looks at your empty mask, and he says, "No,
I will sell you this if you want, but do not ask anything further of me."
30 gold.
Done.
and he hands it over. And you get, what do you get?
What would be most valuable is another side point, but let's see.
Are you going to be getting that though? I don't know anything about the mystic.
So
class.
eventually I will. So basically the way it works is I've got a pool of 4 points, and I can only use 2 at a time. I've got a limiter on that, and that's totally understandable.
Yeah.
Side points are essentially the monk's key points for magic.
Let's say you get advantage on any whatever you tried to do to him earlier, where you're trying to like read somebody's mind or like get into their mind, you get advantage on that.
So the forceful query thing?
So that's where I force them to do a saving roll. So can I? That would...
So you get they get disadvantage on that saving roll.
Cool. That works perfectly. I think that's totally rad. Let me make a note of that.
Yeah. Y'all done shopping?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. So it is getting on towards noon. So you probably want to head down towards the western docks, and there you find the Absolution. This is this is a ship that you both have sailed on before. It's generally speaking used for royal business, traveling to and from Seoul.
Was this the one that we were prepping?
No, you were over on the eastern docks. You were prepping this ship, which I haven't named yet, to go to Sarawak.
Okay.
So we're on Tobin Force 1. Tobin Force 1.
Oh god.
I'm gonna draw a scene. You were
The Tobulator.
You were on
Pride of Tobin.
No, you were on the Scar.
Oh.
The ship that you were prepping to travel to Sarawak
Was the Scar.
was the Scar. And that is because I just drew a card that says Mufasa's death scene.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Anytime that I don't know the answer to something, it's like, I'm going to Cards Against Humanity. And I'm drawing it out.
The king.
So you head down to the docks, and you board the ship, the Absolution. It is manned by Captain Forvenveld. Captain Forvenveld. He is a blonde dwarven man.
Hey.
Yeah, he's absolutely just super pleased to see you. He actually, like, pulls you into, like, a big embrace.
I do the exact same thing.
Yeah,
This
bro
classic
hug.
dwarven style.
Yeah, and he is a cleric to Thassa,
Ooh.
god of the sea. He turns to all three of you and he says, "Now then, I hear that... I know. Forvenveld. I hear that you go to Seoul. I hear that you go to greet the crown prince and escort him back home. Yes? Yeah?
I let it.
Ah, excellent. Is good. I am so happy to have Crown Prince aboard ship again. Ah, it has been a while. But come, we must set off. This is my quartermaster, Shum. You remember Shum? And there's a large female half-orc. It's very rare for half-orcs to be in this land. Most of them, you can roll for that if you want to. But you just know that it's very rare for half-orcs to be in this land. And he says, he perhaps notices your surprise, Dimitri, and says, he says quietly, it's fine, it is fine, do not worry. Shum is good. She is credit to her race.
Sure, what do we know about orcs?
Roll for history.
Well, now that I have this cool history book, maybe I'll learn about some orcs.
Yeah.
So that's a 7.
7?
I don't know anything about orcs.
No, you know some about orcs. You remember that,
They're green.
they're mostly all imprisoned down on Tudavok. Tudavok being a very large island off of the southern coast of Kisawar.
Also known as Orcatraz.
It's rock.
Godspeed.
Yeah, so
that
mostly...
was the pun of the night.
So mostly we have the half-orcs down on Tudavok. They were imprisoned there after some kind of bad situation with the king. With a 7, you don't remember exactly what the bad situation with the king was. But
I just know that orcs are generally not seen by the general population.
yeah, and that they're not trusted, or they're like way less trusted than elves. Like elves are kind of like, oh, never trust an elf, they'll rob you blind. Orcs are like, holy shit, orc, oh my, it's half orc, watch out. They'll kill you. But Shum seems perfectly fine. She's just going around the ship and
Okay.
she greets you
I
and
nod at
nods
her.
her head. So you are on board the Absolution, and it's a 2.5-day trip to Seoul, You push off about noon, and so you were headed west, and you were headed towards the setting sun as you go. The seas up here are pretty calm. You're heading from Medouj to Seoul. It's right on the edge of the deeper waters, and so there is some hazard here, and they do have lookouts posted. But generally speaking, this is a fairly well-traveled shipping and port lane. There's a lot of ships that come and go past you. So it's a fairly peaceful journey thus far. At the end of the first day, the captain invites you to dine with him.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so he says, yes, you come, friends, yes, come, friends, let us sit and drink and toast to the health of the Crown Prince. I'm excited to see him. I have seen him since he was little boy.
Yes,
Boy.
mighty hospitable of ya.
Yes, thank you, my friend.
Dimitri will have made the extra effort and combed his hair.
Ah, thank you.
And his beard.
So he has invited you. Are you all joining him to dine?
I suppose.
No.
No?
Roll this up.
Well, she'd have to take off her mask or figure out a way to work around it to eat in front of people. She doesn't do that.
She drinks
Yeah.
everything through a straw.
Yeah, she keeps a steel straw.
Okay, so you do not join.
No,
Okay.
that's what the dice say.
That's fair. Okay, so you sit down with the captain, and he, after a little while of shooting the shit with Thario and catching up, he turns to Dimitri and says, "And you, my friend, you are new to the king's service, yeah?
Yep, that's about the size of it.
Yeah, and how do you serve the king?
I'm just going along with these guys here. Well, this guy. I don't know where the other one went.
She's indisposed at the moment.
Oh, well, welcome to the king's service then.
Thank you.
And toast to you, my friend. Dimitri, what is your last name?
Stroganoff.
Is that not a dish I believe I've had?
Perhaps it's his name for the lad.
Oh, perhaps so. In which case you have a strong name, young man. I've totally lost my accent. Forvenveld. Yes, you have a strong name, my friend, and you are well suited to it, I see.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers! And there's a fuck ton of drinking.
Oh,
yeah.
When I drink, I kind of roll my eyes.
Yeah. But yeah, there's a fuck ton of drinking, and I think...
At some point, Thario engages Forvenveld on philosophical, religious debate about, gods and who's done the most fucked up stuff.
Absolutely. I think that the captain is not particularly scholarly. He isn't particularly well read, but he has a lot of simple
Sea wisdom.
It is not so simple, my friend. You make it sound so simple, and he is really drunk by this point. It's like, it is not so simple that you say that this god did this and this god did that. It is not.
Captain, you have to
I'll
understand.
toast to that.
Toast. Yeah.
But Captain, you have to understand that the gods, if you know what they've done, you can use it as leverage to get the job done, to get it done. But sometimes they're slow to act. They're busy off in their distant lands with their vape rings and their. And he falls asleep.
And he falls asleep. I think that
You guys have
Martin.
both fallen asleep?
no, Martin is still awake, and he kind of blinks at you blearily, and he says, I've seen you in the town square, yes?
That was someone else.
Oh, yeah? You have similar beard, but all you humans look alike.
You all look so much alike. It's so hard to tell you apart sometimes.
That's us.
Yeah. It is you. You are so right, my friend. You are so right. Ugh. I must go above deck. It's time to change watch. It has been excellent with you, my friends. I toast.
And then he staggers out.
Alright, I'm left alone at this table with... Well, this has been a dinner. I get up and go back to my quarters.
Okay. What is Hyzea doing all this time?
Well, first thing she does is have food ordered to her room.
Okay.
Room service.
Lock the door as soon as it's been delivered. Take off the mask and then just ugly eats it all because she hasn't eaten all day. She's been dealing with people. She didn't get a chance to actually take off the mask and eat. So there's just like crumbs and bits everywhere. There might be like a lobster tail running down her clothes.
Okay, so, and then you all go to bed? I imagine? Okay.
I'm already in bed.
Okay, you're passed out on
Yeah.
the...
He's snoring.
Yeah.
Yeah, passed out at the bar.
Yeah.
Dimitri will read his new book until he falls asleep.
Okay, sounds good.
Oh, sweet nightmares.
You're reading about weapons of mass destruction from
Yeah.
beyond the void.
Yep.
Yeah.
And the devil summoned forth a fireball that was 40 feet wide.
The card that I drew actually for that book was weapons grade plutonium.
Oh, nice.
So that was fun.
New goal, learn how to make a nuke.
Okay, so now it is the rise of the second day.
48 hours remain.
And the second day begins a little strangely. There's normally like bells that chime out the hour on board any kind of ship that's traveling at sea. But you wake and it's dawn. After a little while, you notice that there aren't any bells ringing. What do?
Snap my neck.
Yeah.
I don't know if Dimitri knows enough about ships to make that connection.
Yeah. Probably not. Hyzea has been on ships before.
This ship before.
Yeah, she has been on this ship multiple times before.
So she knows that something's up.
Yeah.
So she's up as pretty much as early as she can confirm that something's gone wrong.
Mm-hmm.
And mask in place, heads straight for the captain's quarters. He's probably slept in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Knowing him.
She finds Thario there, kind of groggily rousing himself, popping his neck, rubbing his temples.
There should only be one of you. Why are there four?
She doesn't say anything, she just turns around and leaves. That's not useful. She goes to the bridge.
Okay. As you look out on the deck of the ship, all of the sailors and all of the crew are frozen. They are all looking on the starboard side of the ship.
I will turn to that side of the ship.
There are 3 women out in the ocean. They are keeping time with the ship. So the ship is still sailing. You still have the wind.
Right, and they're just kind of moving along with it.
Yeah, they seem like they're moving along with it through the water. You can only see from the waist up.
Mm-hmm.
The waist down there is below the water. Okay. And they are, I would say, probably 500 feet away from the ship at the moment, but they seem to be coming towards it.
All
the
right.
captain stumps down from the wheel area and is shouting as he passes you, "Plug your ears! Plug your stupid ears, you fools!" And a few of the crew start to respond to him. I'm going to roll to see how many. Okay, so I would say 75% of the crew respond to his commands and seem to jolt to
snap
life
out of it.
and snap out of whatever trance they were in and move to quickly reach into pockets, stuff whatever they have into their ears, and
Just
turn
rags
away.
and stuff, yeah.
Turn away from the starboard side of the ship. But 1/4 of the crew is still frozen.
I'm going to immediately go back to my room.
Okay.
Write 2 notes grab 6 wads of cotton or, maybe tear up the pillow, whatever it is. Go back to the captain's quarters.
Oh, there's 2 of you now.
Stuff, hand a note, leave. Same process. Just walk up, whether you're awake or asleep, I don't care. There is just cotton wadding going in your ears right now.
Nah.
And a note is placed in front of you.
What the hell?
Don't take that out. Go upstairs. And I've got cotton in my own ears. I've got a pad of paper, whatever the local equivalent is, maybe a notebook.
Yeah.
And I'm going to the captain to see what he has to say, if I can hear him. Otherwise, no.
Yeah. He is back at the wheel. He nods to your approach and points at the journal. And seems to, or whatever it is, the pad of paper that you have in your hands, and he seems to gesture for a writing implement. And he says, what crew I have, I need to sail. If you can fight them off, do it.
Alright. So, where are you two?
And at that point, the 4th of the crew that didn't snap out of it goes over the side of the rails.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
I've gone to the deck like you suggested.
Awesome.
And just in time.
Just in time to see it.
To see half the crew, to see 1/4 of the crew go over the
Oh,
rails.
luggage!
Yeah.
The air's not that bad!
Dimitri, what are you doing?
I will grab my ancient tome of lore that I've had with me,
Okay.
and I'm still suspicious, but I'll go up on the deck and look around.
Okay, but are you keeping the cotton in your ears?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So all 3 of you have cotton in your ears. Yes? Okay. Excellent. That's really good. The 3 women have now reached their 50 feet from the starboard side of the ship. And I want you to know that the card that I drew when I was thinking up this encounter was one whose nether regions are vast and beckoning, like unto a corridor down which a Frankenfurter might be thrown.
Oh!
So you see. Well, roll for perception, guys. Maybe you don't see.
Oh, shit.
Ooh, what did my dwarven eyes see? Jack?
What did you roll?
5.
Yeah, what did you roll?
21.
21.
Dang.
13.
13.
Oh, you got a whole spread there.
You.
I'm almost sober.
Yes, that's true. That makes sense.
That's fair, actually.
You almost perceive too much. For below the water is this seething, teeming mass of darkness, of
Tentacular doom.
tentacular doom. It's almost like Cthulhu is below the water and is poking one tentacle up and has a sock puppet
Excellent.
on the top.
Yeah.
That's just these 3 sirens on top of 3 tentacles.
What shall we have for dinner tonight? Oh, I think human.
I think you should come in the ocean. You kind of look down into the water and ooh. You don't know exactly what you're looking at. But you're really into, Cthulhu weird shit.
Yes, I am.
And so you don't quite see what's going on down there. But you're
I can kind of get the gist of it.
You can kind of get the gist of it. And why don't we all, right now, roll for initiative, friends? Initiative, our first initiative.
Ooh, yeah.
I don't know what I add to that.
Dexterity modifier.
It's Dex, okay.
What did everybody get?
I got a 20 not natural.
Oh, jeez. Okay. 12.
14.
So we are in a battle. We are in our first battle. And Thario, you are going to lead us off.
Oh boy. So they're 50 feet away?
Uh-huh.
Alright.
They are closing fast.
Thario runs to the edge of the boat and whips out his trigger wand and aims it at, let's say, the one on the left.
Okay.
And, what does he say? Yeah, you dark beastie, try a bit of this light, and pulls the trigger and effectively is shooting a sacred flame out of it.
Okay.
And
I like this.
It has to
He's
make
a cowboy. He's a cowboy dwarf.
Yep.
I dig it.
Yep. Cowboy magic dwarf.
Scottish cowboy.
Let's just see what else we can pile onto this.
Yeah.
They have to roll a dexterity saving throw.
Okay.
That is a DC 13.
How dexterous is this deep sea finger puppet?
Rolled a 16.
Jeez.
Slippery bugger.
Yep, all good.
Okay.
That is it.
Alright, so the sacred flame kind of goes shooting like a flare, just goes and goes into the water and fizzles. Okay.
Yeah, bonch.
And then the two sirens closest to the flare are going to identify you as their first target, and
He gives him a wink.
and they will roll. Well, the first one rolls a 7. She is rearing back with a harpoon.
Ooh.
And throws it out.
Where did she
and
get a harpoon?
Does a
Hammer space.
does a 9 hit your armor class?
No, it does not.
Okay. So
He ducks down underneath
He ducks
it.
down, and the harpoon is on a chain, and so it whips back.
Oh.
Smart.
Yeah.
Oh.
And then the second one rolls a 17. Does a 17.
That does hit.
Oh, no.
Okay. And that's going to be 3 piercing damage. And you are grappled.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
This,
Uh-oh.
Yeah, this harpoon goes through just like a corner of your shoulder and goes and like catches onto you, and you are being pulled towards the edge of the rail.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. That's happening.
On your the two of you can choose to help him or not, and on your next turn you'll need to make a strength saving roll.
Okay.
Okay. It is Dimitri's turn.
Okay. How much do I know about the thing under the water? Can I make a investigation? See if I
Make
know
an
about this thing?
investigation.
Okay.
Absolutely. I would say an investigation with advantage.
That is not good. That is a 6. And that's an nat 20.
Nice.
Ooh.
You cannot defeat that thing underneath the water. You can beat down the things above the water and escape with your lives.
Is that the extent of my knowledge about it? Do I know what it is? Or?
It is a thing from beyond the void.
Oh.
From into the void. Like, it is a thing that exists in this world from beyond our realm of understanding. It is one of those things that is absolutely in the fucking book that you wrote, or that you read, that you just bought. It is a thing that is called, I'm going to draw a card. Ooh, it is a massive swell of self-loathing. And if you gaze into it, you will hate yourself, and you will want to cast yourself into the ocean.
I already do. It has no effect on me.
Well, if you want to make a wisdom saving throw with advantage, you have convinced me that you need to do so. Congratulations.
God damn it.
You gazed into the void, motherfucker. What do you expect?
That is a 12 and 11.
Okay.
But I don't actually have anything written down. I don't know what I add to that. Proficiency bonus?
Yeah, you do have
Wisdom.
the proficiency.
Yes.
So,
Yeah.
I have +1 to wisdom.
so that
So
would
I
be
guess it would be
plus your proficiency modifier as well.
Yeah.
so it would be +3. So it would actually be 14.
Okay, that's enough. That's enough. I was just looking for above 10. And you're not, like, looking directly at the thing. You're trying to think of what this thing is. So you ward off its dark and terrifying eldritch nightmare existence. But you know that you can defeat this thing above water. Below water,
All bets are off.
all bets are off.
Okay.
So if anybody goes overboard, they are lost.
Is the captain on board?
The captain is on board.
Is
the
he
captain
near me?
is behind the wheel. You are down on the deck. The captain is back up here on the quarterdeck, back here near the wheel. You are out on the deck, so the midpoint of the ship.
I am going to yell back at the captain, "We can't defeat this thing! Get us out of here!" And then I'm going to look down at this thing and I say, by the power of by the power of Shimmer Lord, and I'm going to cast Eldritch Blast at at the closest spookums.
Okay. Very
Nasty
appropriate.
lady.
Very appropriate. Roll for attack. What is your
Eldritch Blast.
Eldritch Blast.
A beam of crackling energy. Let's say it's sparkly and rainbow colored.
Yes, as it should be.
Streaks toward a creature within range, makes a ranged spell attack against the target. On a hit, it takes 1d10 force damage.
Okay.
And my spell attack bonus is actually 6.
Okay.
So...
Yeah.
Oh shit. That's a 17 plus 6, so...
Dang.
Oh yeah, you hella hit.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, so, you hit one of the sirens, roll for damage.
Siren. She takes 3 force damage.
I'm going to say that it's double damage because, you have invoked a deity that is the opposite of the deity or the entity that they would... What's down there in the water is what is akin to what you were looking for when you first invoked Sub-Succotash.
Not the one I was really looking for, but the same kind of species.
Absolutely, absolutely. But what you wound up with is something very, very different. Now, what was your damage again?
3.
3? Okay,
Not that
so
great,
you do
but-
6. Alright. And it is the third siren's turn. And she is going to look at you and kind of hiss. And for a moment, the beautiful, up to this point, they have appeared as beautiful female figures. Not of any particular determinate race of elf or human or anything like that, but or dwarf or anything, but just beautiful and female. But for a moment, the glamour falls away, and she hisses at you, and she is dark and terrifying. And she rolls to attack. Does a 7 hit your armor class?
It sure doesn't.
Yeah, she misses. The harpoon flies way wide past you, and she is pulling it back. And we are back to the top of the order. Thario.
I didn't go.
Oh, sorry. No, Hyzea. Hyzea.
And we'll go. Okay,
Go.
so
Go, girl,
I
go.
think, based on everything that I've read here, that Thario's ass is in trouble. So
I
I'm
can handle it.
going to run over
You
there
can't handle it.
Can't handle it.
and try to gently remove the harpoon from his shoulder.
Okay. Medicine check.
I don't. That's not something I. So it'll be a straight roll.
Wisdom.
It'll be a straight wisdom.
11.
Plus 3.
Straight wisdom. Oh yeah, plus 3, so 14.
Yeah, that's enough.
Okay.
That's enough. You run over and you manage to twist the harpoon in such a way that it goes back out.
And not through an artery.
Yeah, and not through an artery. It's back out through the way it came. It's quite painful, but it doesn't wound you further than anything that went through. And is that your turn?
I don't think there's anything else I can do.
So-
I don't have any handy bonus actions.
You were probably within 15 feet of him, so that's half a move action, and then
Okay.
you took your move action to pull it out.
Okay, so I can still attack. That's what you're saying.
I would say, yeah,
Okay.
you can still attack.
In that
You can turn
case-
around. You took half your move action to run over to him, the other half to pull it out,
So
and
then I can turn and just.
yeah. And
So
you can turn
then
and
we're gonna
fire.
try a Hammer of Inquisition,
Oh.
and we're gonna use one psi point, which one of the sirens needs to make an intelligence saving throw
Okay.
versus a 13.
That is a 6.
Okay, so not super for her.
Yeah.
So then she's going to get disadvantage on her next wisdom saving throw
Okay.
before the end of my next turn.
Okay.
And we're going to see how much damage. 3.
Takes 3.
3 damage.
Okay. Which one do you target? The one that he hit before, or one of the other two?
The one that's already been hit.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we are back to the top of the order. Thario, you are no longer grappled.
Ah, thank you, Lash. That was
That was helpful.
And he lifts up his hand and starts whispering something into it, and it begins to glow with a bit of radiance.
Ooh.
And you're next to him, so you'd hear him basically saying, to anyone that's out there, heed my call, and I will tithe to you within the next month.
And he doesn't lisp.
He touches it upon his shoulder and mends the wound. Heals 1 hit point.
Something more than nothing.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, he basically just reached out to a god, any god, that would eat him.
Okay.
And that was his bonus action. He's going to turn back to it, and yeah, he's going to fire once again. Fire in the hole! And they have to make a dexterity saving throw. The one that's damaged.
Let's see, 10.
That is a failure. So
Okay.
they take 1d8 radiant damage.
Okay.
3 damage.
Okay.
3.
Yeah, all
Consistently.
threes.
Yeah.
Half of 6 success.
Dun, dun, dun. How spooky.
So it's only half full.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So
Okay.
that's simple.
Siren 1, and she's actually, because they're far enough away, she doesn't see the cotton in the ears, and so she is actually just going to attempt a song spell, and she is rearing back, and she kind of does this weird, like, almost like belly dancer kind of move of like, I can't do the belly dancing. Okay. Yeah, anything short of a nat 20 was going to fail because of the cotton in the ears. And that was an 8, and so it has failed. And that is her turn.
That's exactly how she did it too.
Not impressed.
Yeah, no. Siren 2 is going to say fuck it and shoot her harpoon for... That's 22.
Oh.
Hits the armor class, I imagine, of Dimitri.
Ooh, it sure does.
Okay, and that is 3 damage, and you are grappled.
Wow.
And suddenly turned into Wario.
More of a Waluigi guy myself.
And it is Dimitri's turn, and you can make a strength saving roll.
I'm a scholar. Strength is not
Actually, no.
fortitude.
Let's stick with what we did for you.
You have
That
to
is
know how to
medicine
wiggle it
saving.
out in just the right way.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Make a
That-
medicine saving throw.
Don't cut any more arteries than you have to.
18.
Oh yeah, you pluck it out, and
So
you
cut
have
the
it in
chain.
your hand now.
Okay.
And
I
what do you do in your turn?
Let's see. What am I standing near the railing or?
You're standing pretty close to the railing because she was trying to pull you in.
Can I see where the other end of the chain is?
It's just in her hand.
Okay,
and
so it's
then-
just dangling.
Yeah, and then the chain goes down into the water behind her.
Oh. Well, in that case, I was going to tie it to the boat, but
No!
so she couldn't use it. But
Starts listing to the right.
we just get dragged under
Down into the water.
Oh, that'll be an
Anything.
interesting
the
adventure.
brine deep.
Yeah.
Well, see you guys next week.
Rocks fall, everyone drowns.
Oh my god.
Reroll everything, we're in Soul.
Don't know how well this is going to work, but I will look straight down the chain and I will cast Hellish Rebuke. I point my finger and the creature that damaged you. Oh, it's a reaction.
So you can actually do that before the start of your turn.
Yeah.
So when you were hit by that siren, you
Yeah.
can use it.
Okay, yeah, I'll do that. I point my finger, and the creature that damaged you is momentarily surrounded by hellish flames. Or in this case,
What am I
glimmery,
Yeah.
sparkly flames.
Uh-huh.
Must make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay. 10?
No, that fails.
Okay. So what happened?
It takes 2d10 fire damage.
Dang.
Ooh, dang.
Or probably, in this case, 4d10.
Because double?
Yeah, 4d10.
Twice.
Because
Oh, 'cause
it
Should I
is-
do
Okay.
4d10 or just do 2d10 and then double it?
Just do 2d10 and then
Okay.
double it, yeah. And then you get to take your turn.
Nice. 8 and 2. So
There
10.
it is.
So it takes 20 fire
Reckon it.
damage.
That creature is dead.
Yes! Nice.
Just like you hit it and it evaporates into glitter. Like explosion. Like every single cell none of you know what cells are, but
Yeah.
like every single cell inside of this
Trillions of
thing.
glitter.
Okay, now it's actually your turn.
Now it's actually my turn.
Yeah.
I look at the next one and I cast Sacred Flame.
Okay.
Flame-like radiance descends on a creature that you can see within range.
Okay.
It must succeed on a dex saving throw again,
Okay.
or take 1d8 radiant damage.
Which one are you gonna attack? The one that hasn't been damaged or the one that has?
The one that has.
Okay. Dex saving throw. 13.
Ooh, almost. But not quite.
Okay.
8.
Really?
16.
No. I rolled a
Oh,
4, so it's
okay.
8 total.
So the one that's
Yeah.
already damaged. Yeah. Okay. Very good. It is the third siren's turn. And the third siren is bloodied. And is looking very pissed off. And looks directly at Dimitri. And is going to try to fucking harpoon the fuck out of him. And that is 13 to hit your armor class.
That unfortunately hits.
Okay. That is 3 piercing, and you are grappled
Again?
again.
Ouch.
Yeah. Then it is Hyzea's.
You know I should have bought some armor.
I got some spare leather armor if you want it.
Alright, so we're gonna
Maybe.
have a fun party with a Hammer of Inquisition on the bloodied siren.
Okay.
It's saving throw, and that's against a 13. Oh, yeah.
Okay. It's a 19.
Ooh.
Okay, so you're gonna take half damage in that
Okay.
case. So half of 7, so that'll be 3. So we get to roll down, or round down.
Yeah.
3.
3. That is the number of this campaign.
Yeah, apparently.
Now, you only get one action, right?
One action, but if you have any bonus actions or rude actions.
Nothing that would be fun. Then.
Captain Hammer.
The hammer.
Thario.
Let's see here now. There's still 2 up. Oh, and there's how far away are they? Have they been progressing closer to us?
They have been progressing. They are now 30 feet away.
Ooh.
Damn.
Just too far?
Yeah, just too far. He's once again gonna take aim and pull the trigger on a Sacred Flame. Damaged one has to make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay. Is you aiming at bloodied one?
Yes.
Okay. That is 11.
That fails, so they take a d8 of damage. 1 damage.
It is that siren's turn. Yeah, she is also going to swing at Dimitri.
Oh shit, yeah, I probably should have helped with that.
Yeah, you should have, because that's a 13. That's a 13 to hit, Dimitri.
Yeah.
You take 3 damage, and you are double grappled.
Oh boy.
You have harpoons through both shoulders.
crap.
So he has to act twice to pull them out.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, crap.
Yeah. He is at the edge of the railing.
Oh,
and
that's
is
not good.
Just barely, like, hanging on. He has harpooned through both shoulders, and it is actually Dimitri's turn.
Boy.
Oh boy.
I should have worked on that.
Yeah.
Oh!
Measly 3 damage was not the right way to go.
Did not. Yeah, completely.
No.
No.
Well, I'm now.
You might have to roll a new character, son!
No!
Because if you don't, you have to make 2
How will we connect with
strength
Sparkle
saving
Lord?
throws. You have to make 2 strength
To
saving
resist getting pulled
throws.
overboard.
Strength.
Oh wait, no. What did we say? Medicine?
Medicine.
Well,
Medicine.
to pull
Medicine
them out?
Yeah.
or-
Wait, no. To pull them out.
Well, no, we did medicine for pulling him
Medicine for pulling out, but
You're like
then you'd
12.
probably do strength or athletics for avoiding getting pulled over.
Okay.
And it's got to be 2, because otherwise you're going overboard, son.
It's got a beat too.
No, you have to do it twice.
I was gonna say. Well,
So he's being a badass and just pulling both of them out
Yeah.
at the same time.
that would actually be rad as hell. That is a 16.
Oh.
Okay, so 1 out.
out.
Fingers crossed.
Oh want to help somehow. Oh, dear.
8.
Oh, dear! Wait, there's anything I can do as a bonus action?
Do you have any reactions? Do you have anything that can react to this?
I can check his mood.
Take a guess as to how I'm feeling.
I would say, okay, because he can't pull this one out, Dimitri, you're going to have to make a dexterity saving throw.
Oof.
To grab onto the railing.
To grab onto the railing.
Oh, goodness gracious.
Okay, here goes.
Here
God.
goes.
Oh, God.
Oh!
That's a natural 20.
Yeah!
You are like one hand on this railing, the rest of your body, and you fucking like just rip this harpoon out and jump back onto the ship, and you have the harpoon in hand. And I'm gonna say that you have advantage on whatever you're gonna fucking do now. It's
All right.
your turn.
We made a good choice bringing him along.
He isn't dead.
Not yet, at least.
This is something that
I'm also gonna say, like, as you do that, you fucking hear like a whinny in the wind.
Alright. I stare down. I don't even know if I can. Well, I'll run it by you and see if you'll let me do this. I have, as an ability of my class here, I can, as a warlock of a celestial, I have healing light, which I can use to channel celestial energy to heal wounds. I'm going to try and channel some of that energy down the chain into this frickin'
There you go.
this
I
siren.
like it.
Yeah, yes, yeah. I'm gonna say that,
It is touch, but I'm at the end of its chain here, so I don't know if that'll.
yeah, and you know what? The chain, frankly, is part of whatever it is that's below
Okay.
the water.
That's good.
Yeah.
So instead of trying to heal myself, I will spend 2d6 to deal radiant light energy into the chain.
Okay. Do that.
6 points of damage.
Okay. And the third siren, how much did you say?
6.
6. Okay. Third siren evaporates into glitter.
You're glitter-proofing them all. It's great. I love it.
Yes. And it is...
I collapse.
You collapse?
Yeah. I'm at 1 hit point.
Oh!
Oh, shit,
And
son!
I could have healed myself, but didn't.
Well,
To be badass.
you got
Yeah.
shit done.
To be badass. You are right at the... that is actually really cool, because you are, like, right at the railing, and you are, like,
You did
holding
a
onto
crazy
the railing.
ninja flip.
And you are, like, covered in blood, like, holding onto the, like, railing for dear life.
God.
This is cool. Hyzea, it is your
Okay.
turn.
We're gonna use my light crossbow, and I'm gonna shoot at it.
I am going to point out, he is still at the rail,
Oh, that's true, and he's about to
and
faint.
he has 1 hit point.
I'm gonna get him.
Side of
I'm
the rail.
touching the
Uncover
rail and with one hand and touching my book with the other as I kind of
Yeah.
ooze blood everywhere.
And
Yeah.
I'm going to shoot at the lady who's still threatening us because she's mean.
Just roll it.
It's 11, and so that brings me up to 14.
That hits.
4. Piercing.
Okay. And it is Thario's turn.
How close is she now?
Ugh.
She's right up on the rail. She is, like, ready to, like, crawl up.
Oh, I was
and
waiting.
latch onto the rail and, like, pull you guys down.
Oh, baby, I've been waiting for you for so long. And he makes an adjustment on the trigger wand, and
Okay.
it opens up the barrel at the end of it.
Okay.
And he pulls back the trigger and starts fanning it, and casts Burning Hands.
Okay.
Nice.
Nice.
And needs to make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay. That is 11.
Fails and takes 3d6 damage.
Blah, 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 blah.
Blam!
Right.
Bam! 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 That is 9, 12 damage.
Okay.
Feel the flames of my god.
Definitely bloodied.
As a move action, I move over to our friend Dimitri and once again, Whisper hand starts to glow and places it upon him, healing
Bonus action heal?
2 damage.
Can you bonus action heal?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
For 2 damage. You heal for 2 damage. That siren is bloodied, but she is not giving up. No, now the monsters roll a nat 20.
Oh no.
So,
To do what?
was going to rear back and fire at Thario.
Uh-oh. Oh, roll the nat 20 on the hit?
And with a nat 20 on the hit.
Oh boy. Does that hit?
That and so that's 6 piercing damage.
Ooh.
And you are. I'm going to say that she actually caught the harpoon of her fallen brethren
Dual wield.
and fired both.
Oh.
And so you are double grappled
Uh-oh.
again.
That sounds familiar.
Yes.
By the way, I have 3 hit points.
Oh, good.
That
Good
sounds
times.
familiar.
And it is Dimitri's turn.
I cough up some blood and I look at these harpoons impacting the man who just saved my life, and I turn to the siren, and I will try and cast Eldritch Blast.
Okay.
It's gonna get Eldritch in here.
My mind is just a glitter cannon.
Just glitter cannons.
Bag
That
cat.
is a 15. Is that hit?
That absolutely hits.
Okay.
Yeah.
That is a 5.
That creature blows into slow glitter.
And the harpoons that were in you just slowly dissolve into glitter and drift away. And you sail on, heaving and desperate and recovering, towards Seoul, towards the Crown Prince, or wherever the Crown Prince may be. That concludes the second episode of Dungeons Against Humanity. Cards that were drawn this episode include Gandalf, Ryan Gosling riding in on a white horse, dying alone and in pain, Mufasa's death scene, weapons-grade plutonium, a massive swell of self-loathing, and one whose nether regions are vast and beckoning like unto a corridor down which a frankfurter might be thrown. If you like what you heard, please tell a friend, and don't forget to rate us on SoundCloud. We'll have another episode out in 2 weeks, so check back then. Bye!